Hello! Happy Saturday, streaming live from beautiful sunny South Texas. It's your boy Johnny here, and today we're going to be discussing Google My Business. This is a great little tool to help you expand your business by getting your business listed right about here for the right search terms. So when someone plugs in a search term related to your business, like primary care for men, for example, you want to be one of the first things people see. That's something that Google exploits called list bias. People generally tend to think that the first results they see are the best results, so they start at the top and start calling and working them right down. So if you're not here, you're going to be like the 15th call that they make, and chances are these guys are going to get the call if they answer the phone. So here's one of my guys here, and just wanted to show you another thing. Another way I track your position in the map section is through a heat map. Now this is a 1 through 20, meaning top position all the way down to the 20th position down, which is the end of page 1. And this is a bankruptcy attorney for the search term bankruptcy attorney. And he owns the entire San Francisco Peninsula. So take my advice here. I think I know what I'm doing. One of the first things I'm going to give you about Google My Business. Google My Business loves consistency. You want your name, your address, and your phone number to match everywhere. You want that information on your website. You want that information on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Yellow Pages, all of it to match what's on your Google My Business profile. Otherwise, you run the risk of getting flagged. And to that effect, I mentioned citations in my last video. Industry citations are great for Google My Business Maps section. You want to get listed on all of them, or at least as many as possible. I showed you in the last video how to use Whitespark to grab your 3 free searches. Grab those 3 in the top right here. Just copy their name in, run a search, and you'll find everywhere that this guy has directory listings, everywhere this guy has directory listings, and everywhere this guy has directory listings. These two are actually the same business. And by doing that, you're able to copy what your competition is and get just as many. We also happen to do a 300 pack. I usually have the top 300 directory listings, and I do them for $1 a directory. So if you want some help with that, hit me up. I'm glad to hook you up. But as far as consistency goes, kind of got on a tangent there. Here's a case study I did. This particular client didn't have his phone number listed correctly across all of his directory citations. He had some of them for an old number, some of them for a home number, some of them for a cell phone number. So subsequently, his GMB profile got suspended for quality issues. Google is very touchy about these things. You want consistency. So after I went through and did a full site audit cleanup, I found a bunch of these inconsistencies, fixed them all up, got everything dialed in so that the name, address, phone number was the same across all of them. And then I resubmitted the GMB profile and got it reinstated. That's what Google wants to see. When they try to reinstate a profile or create a new profile, they're going to check around to make sure that the information they have is accurate. So if you have the same name, address, and phone number across all these different directories, they're going to be like, okay, we're like 99.99% sure that this information is correct. Let's roll with it. And there you go. That's how you get that done. So that being the case, let's jump into a GMB and take a look at a few things, and I'll go through a few optimization techniques as well as explain to you how to make the best of your GMB profile. So here's your home page. Here you'll see a bunch of cool data. Not a lot, it's more like just a dashboard. And next category down is your posts. don't slack on the posts. You'll want to drop at least 2 or 3 a week. And again, when you do your posts, you want to utilize that name, address, phone number formula. You want to target your keyword. You want to write just a snippet of original data and then give your links. Your name, address. I don't have the phone number listed, but it's on the graphic if you click on it, and the URL, and then a link back to the GMB. More links to your GMB, the better. This touches on another thing that I touched on in my previous video, backlinks. Just like you can do backlinks to your website, you can also do backlinks to your GMB profile. These help out a lot. Given also that the citations I just talked about kind of are backlinks, because they do link back to your GMB account. A cool trick to keep in mind is you could also make backlinks to your citations. These are called tier 2 backlinks, and they come in real handy for moving the numbers. If you wanted to, like, say, take your Yellow Pages or your Yelp or Ask.com, any of these, and build backlinks to that citation source, that's just going to cause a branching effect. You're going to have all the people who see that link follow it to your Yelp account, and from there into your GMB account. And that's how you drive up the numbers going through here. And when Google sees that much traffic going through your GMB profile, they tend to think that you're a highly sought after source, and they tend to move you up towards the top. So that's a good little piece of information to know. So yes, do not slack on your posts. You want 2 or 3 a week. And another little trick for you in order to green up certain areas. Let me go back here. Alright, say that you're this guy, but you're trying to rank better right here. Say I wanted to target that 14 and try and green that up and put it in the top 3. How would I go about doing that? I could actually grab the GPS coordinates of that location, and using a little program called Geoimager, which is fairly inexpensive, I could load this photo, optimize the size of the photo. You always want to compress your photos so it doesn't affect your load speed of your website. And then I could geotag that photo with those coordinates. So when Google scans this post, it'll see the picture here. And on the back end of the picture, where the average person doesn't see, but the bots do, they'll see the alt attributes, which are the name. So the first thing you want to do after compressing is rename it. So by default, it's going to be like 20837.jpg. That's garbage. Rename it. So in this post, I'm going for bathroom remodel, San Mateo, California. So I'd rename this photo. Yeah, bathroom remodel, San Mateo. And then I would drop the geotagging on there so that, according to Google, it would look like that picture was taken right there where that 14 was. So Google will see, oh, looks like he does bathroom remodels in San Mateo. Maybe we should rank him a little better for bathroom remodels in San Mateo on those coordinates where this picture was taken, because it looks like he works at that location. A little gray hat, but pretty good technique. Moving on, let's look at the primary info. This is the most important screen as far as setting up your profile. You want your name to match what's on your website. You also want your name to match all your citation sources. You want consistency here. Don't put variation. Don't put variation in the spelling. Don't go putting LLC on one and not the other. You want to basically just copy and paste. Don't get fancy. And then for their primary categories, you can pick a couple. So you want to be as specific as you can. There's hundreds in there. Take your time, go through them, and find the one that closely matches your industry. The next thing when setting it up is the location. This is where a lot of people get in trouble. If you're like a contractor, like this particular gentleman here, you're working out of your house pretty much. You don't have a storefront. You're not a shop or a retail establishment where people can come visit and grab stuff off the shelf. You go to their house to do your work. So that being the case, don't put your address in when setting it up. You're not going to get a PIN, but you will get a service area. With that, you can set your service area, and then when someone does pull you up on Google, they'll see a map with a big circle around your service area. That works just fine. So if you don't have a location, that's fine. You can have Google send you the postcard directly to your house, but in the setup, select service area instead of location, and you should be okay with that. A lot of people get in trouble trying to get that PIN and trying to set a location at like their apartment or something. Worse yet, a P.O. box. That'll get flagged right away. Don't even think about it. By setting to service area, you can bypass all that problems. So just do that. Also, your hours. You want to have your hours listed. You also want your hours listed across all your citation sources as well, and you want consistency here. You want your phone number listed. Again, name, address, phone number, consistent across all sources. Short name, those are handy for sharing links. And your services, you want to get comprehensive here. And after a while, Google will actually scan your site looking for your keywords, because if you've watched Module 1, you will definitely have keyword researched content in your website, as well as headers, alt attributes, H1s through 6s, meta tags, and all that good stuff, so that when Google crawls your site, they'll be like, oh, he does all this shit, and we found some more stuff that you didn't list, so we're just going to go ahead and add it. I'll be touching on that in just a second. And then you want a little snippet about yourself. Then the next tab down is Insights. This gives you some information. How are people finding you? A direct search, they're typing your name in? Or are they just stumbling across your name in the organic search results? Or are they searching for a brand related to your business? As you can see, this guy gets about 270 hits a month, and it's mostly just organic. It just happens to be ranking good, and people stumble across them. And map data, photo views, all that interesting information. Next tab down is reviews. Now you definitely want reviews. I've made another video, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can check out that video, how to get a review for your business in under a minute. It's very quick and easy. I show you exactly how to do it. A quick little rundown here. Oh, not from this screen. You'd have to start by Googling yourself, then you'll see your profile, and then from there you can grab the link. Maybe I'll share a link to that video in the comments below. That would just make it easy. Okay, reviews. So yeah, that's how you get the reviews. But when you do get a review in, someone writes a good review on you, you want to respond as soon as possible. And here again, keywords come into play. So when someone asks, like, do you do kitchen remodeling in, let's say, Oakland? You want to respond, hi, Hannah. Thank you for your response. Yes, we definitely do kitchen remodeling all across the Oakland, Berkeley, Alameda area. See what I did there? Kitchen remodeling and cities. Name, city, niche, city, niche. That's all kinds of keyword combinations, and that's going to help me rank for all that. So you want to be specific and granular in your response, as well as timely. Next, if you want to set up call forwarding, you can do that in here. You could have people just click to call on your GMB profile, and it'll ring you. Same with messaging. That's kind of self-explanatory, so we'll just skip those. Next, photos. You want to load lots of photos. People love photos. People are very visual. So you want to put lots of photos of your work, your crew, make